1 or 2 classes a week. After the 1 or 2 classes, when they go home, or maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you are not here.
Right.
Yes?
Right.
How can the students to improve their English, to learn English? What's the way? Some suggestions for the students to improve their English, to practice their English when you are not here.
Yeah. I guess we can watch cartoons or children's shows in English. There's a great series called Sesame Street. Sesame Street was a program done in the United States to teach kids the alphabet and using very funny ways of helping them to relate to things in the environment. And they have a very good series for that. So watching cartoons, reading storybooks in English, images in English, reading special books they can take home from the library. I guess the newspaper, but I don't see any English newspaper around. But comic books, kids are attracted by color, and they watch Batman and they watch WWE. They like these things because it's full of action and they enjoy it. So maybe some comic books about wrestling in English that they want to know more about, because naturally they're motivated towards learning about it. Or foods, vegetables, things that they like. We have to think in terms of their level, what motivates them, and what they want to do with it. Or they can go online. I don't know how many of them may have access to computers outside of school, or iPads. Many young kids now have iPads. They're always walking around with it, always doing something. And computers is very motivating because they're excited about it. And if it's in English, then they will automatically learn English because they have to read in English. They have to understand in English. So their reading skills will develop faster. To encourage them to engage with English, read the English, do things in English, and then after a while, it will become automatic. And so just surround them with books, materials, colorful things, things that make them happy. For example, the presentation this morning on the fire thing, I thought it was a little bit boring for kids this age. There were pictures there, but there were a lot of writing, and I don't think the kids would really enjoy it that much. That's the feeling I got. But if they had a video or pictures and images, it would have been much more effective. Yeah, instead of standing there on a microphone and talking with a small plaque. So many, like the lessons that we do is very good because it's situational. It gives you a situation, so the kids have to think about, how do I resolve this? How do I go from point A to point B? These are the different ways. So they're motivated to learn. It's a hot day. What do I do? Do I want to stay inside and do homework, or do I want to go play? So there must be something engaging for them, and then have the vocabulary around that to engage them. So it's the engagement. Again, in the home situation, I guess in this rural area, the parents themselves may not have the resources at home, and they may not know English either. So they're inundated with only Chinese, but very little experience in English. And just at school you get this little bit of English, but nowhere else to practice except